Welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast, Crackhead with a Microphone, the only podcast in the world where you hand the crackhead a microphone and you listen to him talk until you wonder if you are the high one. My name is K-Rock Dizzle. Let's get into it.
Alright, guys. I want to talk to y'all about public transit. Now, I know you're probably thinking, didn't you already do an episode on public transit? And you're right, I did. But this episode is going to be a little different because this episode is going to be specifically about public transportation going to school. I'm not going to lie. Public transit going to school is way worse than public transit on a regular occasion. Because you either A, going to school, which means it's mad early in the morning and you don't want to be alive, or B, after school, when you just went through a whole day of doing buffoonery work and everybody's packed and you're just trying to go home and do your own thing. Both just being like the worst situation you can be in. And to be honest, I'm low-key jealous of kids who had the school bus to school. And I'm not even saying that out of just like, oh, like, I wish I knew what that was like. No. When I was in elementary school for a few years, I rode a school bus. Went to these private schools and they had school buses, and the school bus was always chilling. I never had a problem on the school bus. Let's just the school buses. School bus is the place to be, bro. Cause you get on, and at least like the school buses I rode, nobody was ever on nothing except for the kids in the back. But the kids in the back of any bus is always on something. I wasn't a back of the bus kid. I was a middle of the bus kid. I could see people talk about some, oh, you was in front of the bus kid. No, I was not in the front of the bus. Not even because of nothing crazy, just because the front of the bus, like, there's always mad teachers up there and they just take up all the seats. The middle of the bus is where nobody's really trying to be. Everybody's aiming for the back. You get to that nice little middle, a little closer to the front. You got yourself a free seat every time. It never fails. Nobody's next to you. You just find an empty seat, plop there, plop your backpack there, and so many people just walk past you, try and get to the back. I can see you on there. You probably just think, no, I'm telling everybody, yo, let me get back there. Back of the bus is chaotic. Too chaotic for me. People trying to fight, people trying to roast, people trying to rap. Like, no, I'm not in the back of any bus. But back to the original topic. School bus was always chill. But there is one significant thing I had happened on a bus. And it's not really significant, but this is how minuscule school bus rides is that I remember this. It was like, I think it was in like third or fourth grade. Kid had an iPod. iPods was still like relatively new. So it was like, oh, cool, you got an iPod, like whatever. And then he comes up and he's like, yo, listen to this. And he's playing Move by Ludacris, but it's the explicit version. And I guess he wanted me to be impressed by the fact that it's the explicit version. But I wasn't, because I've heard explicit songs before. So I was just kind of like, okay. I like this song. Like, isn't that so cool? I'm like, I guess. I think I kind of angered him with my empathy. But, like, yeah. That's pretty much what happened. Now, to the stuff y'all want to hear. The public transportation story. Man. Alright, so for most of my life, I rode the 53. And for those of y'all from my city, y'all know that the 53 used to start at Broad and Hunting Park. So I would get on at literally the beginning of the line because I lived right there. So Broad and Hunting Park, I would get on and ride all the way into the Germantown area to where my school was. School's on Wayne and Rittenhouse. I was riding most of the bus line, so I was seeing mad people go on and off this bus on a daily basis, including kids from other schools. And that's the main thing that school bus kids have over other kids. Y'all are all in the same school. Y'all know each other. You go in front of somebody's stop or house, and it's literally like, oh, you won. But there is no like, oh, kids from this school there, kids from that other school there, kids from other schools beefing on there, old people, crackheads, everybody and their mom on a bus. No, this ain't no amalgamation of people in the city. It's just your school. No, not on these public transit buses. Everybody and their moms is on these buses for some reason at 6 a.m. But that's another story for another day, I guess. Anywho, so I used to get on the bus. Man, The things I seen on this 53. One thing I always see on the 53 is kids from Gratz. Now, y'all know how every city got that school that's just full of killers that you don't want to mess with. Yeah, it's Gratz in our city. Like you don't want to mess with kids from Gratz, because if a kid from Gratz know you and got beef with you, know somebody you know and got beef with them, or they think they know you and got beef with you, it's a wrap for you. Like you like a Gratz kid will, like, they are the definition of on site. Ain't you that young boy I got beef with? Meh. Like it's over for you. Pow, bam, like Batman symbols, bro. You just out. You could really catch a fade at 6 in the morning, man, if a Gratz kid look at you wrong. And the 53 rolled right by Gratz. It was one of the major stops. So like Gratz kids always on the 53. It's game over for you, bro. It's game over. Luckily, I never had beef with a Gratz kid, because I was always that like kid who just stayed to himself. So like I never had no problems with him, but it was definitely I definitely seen some arguments and a couple fights. Seeing fights on the bus is wild, because it's really like, yo, y'all really got the energy to be fighting. Not only are y'all got the energy to be fighting all early in the morning, but you doing that on a moving vehicle with other people on it. I don't know. To me, like, you got no home training. I can't understand how people do that. How do you even have the energy? Like, somebody answer me. I actually have, like, I met a friend recently who's literally like, yeah, I used to be like whatever on the train 7 in the morning. She from New York. Talk about something. Yeah, 7 in the morning on the train. What's up? No, y'all not tired. Y'all not sleepy. Y'all don't got homework y'all need to be working on. I'm a morning person, and even I'm like, yeah, I don't got the energy to be fighting in the morning. And I used to get up, like, I used to be like, all right, I'm in the morning, it's lit, I'm on a bus, I'm doing my last little bit of reading, I'm working on a little bit, I'm listening to music, but I don't got the energy to fight you, bro. Like, save that. Yeah, anybody now who's listening to my stuff and like you trying to throw feeds in the morning, save that for lunch, bro. One, because it just makes more sense. And like, fight at lunch, because if you still angry, then it's something we're fighting about. But two, you messing up other people's commute. And that's the thing I used to hate. It was this one time, right? I'll never forget this. Because I was like, this was one of the few days I was the only person on the bus. No Gratz kids on the bus or nothing. We had rolled right by, and we was driving. These two girls got on, and they got on a school uniform that I never seen before. But I'm like, all right, whatever. And I think this was like when I was a freshman, but these girls look like seniors. And it was bad, bro. And it was two of them. They was talking, oh, he, ha, 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 whatever. They on the bus, they go right to the back. I'm in the middle. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. The Lord has blessed me today. I was a little tired this morning, but I got some good eye candy for the bus. I was thinking about shooting my shot, but I'm like, no, I'm just a freshman. Like, they gonna clown me. So I'm gonna just enjoy the view, We go on a few stops down. Two other girls with the same uniform get on. They go right to the back. I'm like, oh, okay, they all friends, Maybe I can get with one of them, Like, I'm really sitting here like checking the girls out, because young boys going through puberty. So yeah. And then as I'm riding on the bus, I hear those magic words and let me know that I was good for not trying to do nothing. Cause all I hear is, what the fuck you keep looking at, bitch? I'm like, oh man. Anyway, that's just how I froze. I was like, I thought they was talking to me at first. Not even gonna lie. I'm like, oh man, they see me looking. I was staring too hard. No, the one girl from the first group was talking to the girl from the other group. Group A and Group B had beef apparently, or at least one girl from each joint had beef with each other. So I hear, I'm looking at you. What you had a problem? Oh man, girl one, you already know I got a problem. So what's up? Then she said the other magic words. Cause if you want to do something, we, and points to her friend, can mess you up. I'm like, oh. Then the other friend from the other group comes in. So now this is officially a 2-on-2 scream off. And I'm the only other person on the bus besides the driver. And I'm like, all right, this is getting out of hand. They gonna start swinging, like I'm like, this is getting out of hand. They about to start swinging. This is game over. Man, they ain't start swinging, but the bus stopped. I'm like, all right, somebody else about to get on. They gonna calm themselves, good home training. The doors don't open. None of them get off. I don't get off, but nobody's getting on. So I'm like, why the bus stop? Then I hear the bus driver. This man really gonna open his mouth to say, ladies, I'm not doing this morning. It's too early for this. Y'all can either stop or y'all can get off the bus, but I'm not moving this bus until it's quiet. What? You're not moving the bus till it's quiet? You're not moving the bus till it's quiet, sir. I don't know about you. I don't know about them. I know about me. And if I get to school late, I'm getting detention. I don't want no detention, bro, because I don't need to be in that school no longer than I need to be. You need to drop this damn bus. That's what I would have said if I had any type of, willingness to do that. But I was just a ninth grader. I knew I ain't had no power in the real world, and I didn't try and get kicked off the bus either, because then I'd officially been late. So I just had to sit there in silence, like, dang, I'm gonna really be late. My school will not going to accept this as an excuse. They don't even accept that the bus is delayed as an excuse. Your bus could be in a whole accident, and they'll still give you detention if you late. So I just accepted the fact that I was going to have detention. I was just like, dang, I guess I'm gonna really just have to explain to my mom how I got detention today, because these girls don't want to stop arguing. I don't even know if they heard them, because they just was going off. Oh, what's up? And da 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 da. And you knew what you was doing. And I don't even like you like that. You dirty. All this other stuff. I'm like, oh man. After like 5 minutes, I peer my ears in again, and I hear, well, homeboy already said he not moving the bus. So if you want to do something, we can step outside right now. Hallelujah, please. But now I got a decision to make. Do I stay on this bus and get to school on time, barely making the cut? Because I was looking at my watch and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make it, even if he do pull off now. Like, I was already on the late bus. Like, I ain't think I was making it on time. So, I kind of established I was already getting detention. So what if I step off the bus and be nosy and watch this fight? Because this is official Royal Rumble right here, 2-on-2 tag team match. We on the Clarissa Street Bridge. Ain't nobody even on, like, this abandoned park for real. Like, I could be nosy. Then I thought about the alternative. Because the way they was yelling at each other, they was probably going to jump me. And I can't hit no female, so. Yeah. I stayed right on the bus. They slept off. And I thought about following them off, but I didn't. I stayed on the bus. And I got to school. Barely made it on time, too. Like, if they argued for another 30 seconds, I would have had detention. I was like, I don't understand. It was too early for that, bro. And another thing about going to school is that our school had the thing where if you got to school early, you get breakfast, but the doors didn't open to a certain time. So a lot of people would just be waiting outside, waiting for the doors to open. No, cat, bro. People will really fight before the doors to school even open. What are you fighting for? Bro, the doors open at 7:30 in the morning. That means your fight took place prior to 7:30 a.m. What? Bro. What are there? I promise you, there is no pressing matter worth fighting for at 7:30 in the morning. Like, if you had beef that bad, you should have fought after school the previous day. Because I refuse to believe that this is some beef that just started and y'all decided to fight now. There's no way. Y'all had beef from the previous day, slept on it, came to school and fought in the morning. Or y'all got into some online stuff overnight and decided to fight in the morning. But then that means y'all both willingly got here early to fight in the morning. I was there early because I knew I wasn't trying to get attention. So I was catching a bus before the bus that would have got me on time. That way, if I ended up missing my bus, I still could get there on time. Y'all ain't like, no. Some of y'all was just walking here early to fight. Why? So because the staff not here yet? Weird to me, but whatever. So, yeah. This was supposed to be a public transit going to school story, but this really turned into I don't understand how y'all do stuff in the morning story. Another bro, there was one fight. It was a fight during breakfast. This was the quietest fight I've ever experienced in my life because everybody's tired. It was a Monday morning. No, this cafeteria is like the school bus or the bus. You in the back, that's where the cool kids are. I was one of the nerdy kids. I was in the front, straight front row of the cafeteria. But we all knew each other. It was whatever. We eating our breakfast. I kid you not. We don't hear no ohs, no phones come out. No, yo, F them up real quick. Like we don't hear none of that. I'm just chilling, and I just hear a thump. I just hear, da-dum. I'm like, what the hell is that? We all look up, and I turn around, and it's really two dudes rumbling. Two humongous dudes just fighting. Nobody's doing nothing. Nobody's even trying to break it up. It was just like every spectator in the cafeteria was like, "Nah, bro, too early on a Monday morning, bro. We can't even gas this up." The dean came over like, "Really, y'all really fighting right now?" They got pulled apart. They all heavy. No, no. She was talking about my mans and them, and I got no. He corny for real. Ah. Everybody just looking at them like, y'all got it. So they got it sorted out. The classroom wasn't nobody talking about it. Everybody just like, yo, was they really fighting just now? That's crazy. I'm going back to this cereal. Which is very much unlike the school I went to. Because second anybody even you hear the word fight, fight, they act like the birds off of Finding Nemo. They all turn their head, breaking their necks. It's like a dude who just seen a turkey for real. Like you ain't even say you go into school and say, hey yo, I want to fight Youngblood. That's like everybody like people acting like they just seen something for free, bro. People cheering like it's a UFC event. Y'all know how school fights be. Everybody all hey. So there wasn't even an argument leading up to this fight, which is very abnormal. Like usually you hear, no, what's up with you? Da da da. You know what the school will call a pre-fight. We ain't hear none of that. Just two dudes who decided to start boxing. Yeah, I never understood it. Honestly, like school gotta start later than it started, bro. Cause school was really out here starting at 8 in the morning, bro. First period is really at 8:05 a.m. I had a friend. He would come to school, bro. He would literally come, scan his ID for the attendance, because that's how they took attendance for the school. You scan your school ID. And he would just leave out the back doors, like from the transition from breakfast to first period where everybody's going to their lockers. He would just leave out the back door of the school. And honestly, like while I clown him for it, because it's like, bro, we really came to school. You're not gonna graduate. It was smart, bro. Like I wish I could have got away with that. Like just scam for attendance so like they don't call him full and they just not go to class. I don't know how he passed any classes. Like I kid you not, like even he didn't expect to graduate. He fully expected he had summer school because he was just not doing any work. Like he was missing 4 days a week, just going back home. That's the luxury of having like nobody at your crib during the day. Like I always had somebody at home. Like so there's no way I could really just go back home and nobody know. Like that's not a thing that that's not a thing that could happen. I'm gonna walk home and it's gonna be why you here. That actually that's a whole I'm gonna tell y'all that too. Like that actually happened to me once. But like I just couldn't do that. So I get why he didn't want to do that. Like and sometimes he would come back for like, he go home, take a little nap and come back. He lived pretty far. Like he caught 2 buses to school. I wouldn't come back. Like I really wouldn't. I'll be right there. Like I stay home. Like you could mail me my work to home for all that, but hey, he graduated. I can't eat. But one time I did go back home, right? Because this was the time I stayed with my grandma. And the thing about my grandma is she wanted like she not like she don't go for the whole I'm sick thing. Even when you really sick, because she'll be like, because if I take care of you, I'm gonna get sick. I'd rather you just go to school. What? Like that makes any sense. Like what, you'd rather me go to school sick and not like be productive? That's a whole other that's a whole other topic. But one morning my stomach is going crazy because it was a stomach bug going around that I didn't know about. She didn't know about it either apparently, or she didn't care. So my stomach is going crazy. I'm in the bathroom all morning. Didn't even get a chance to take a shower. I'm just like exploding. So I'm like, yo, I can't go to school like this. Like, there's no way I'm gonna make it to school. Like, I done missed both my buses. Like, it's at the point where like she's gonna have to drive us to school. So she's like, "Oh, you'll be all right. Just come out the bathroom. I'm gonna give you some medicine. You'll be good." She gives me the medicine. She gets us in the car. My stomach is still killing me. She talked about, so what's wrong with you? I'm like, my stomach hurt. She like, your stomach still hurt? Yeah. No, it don't. What? Yes, it do. I've never been the type to fake being sick, so I don't know why she didn't believe me. Then she gets us there early. So we waiting outside the doors, and I'm like, I'm not gonna make it to this bathroom. I'm not gonna make it to this bathroom. I'm not gonna make it to this bathroom. Oh my god, I'm not gonna make it to the bathroom. So my mom calls me. Mom calls me. I got the worst trembling voice you ever heard. I'm like, hello. She like, son, what's wrong with you? I'm like, my stomach hurt. Grandma saw me come to school. She drove us here. She talking about some. No, it's a stomach bug going around. She took you to school. I'm like, stomach bug. She like, yeah. No, go back right now. Go back right now. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. So I really hiked back home. Luckily, it wasn't like a long walk from my grandma's house or to my grandma's house, but I really went home. I was like, all right, well, so I could go home. Because now at this point, it's like, if it's a problem, it's not a problem with me. It's a problem with my mom. My mom and my grandma could argue that out while I'm trying to recover. So I get home, back in the bathroom. Nobody's home. Whether my grandma eventually comes back home because she went shopping or whatever. What are you doing here? Da, 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 da. Why aren't you in school? I'm like, mom said it was a stomach bug going around. I can't be in school like this. Like I'm still going. Like I'm still in the bathroom. I was not going to make it. I was not going to do any learning. I was going to be in the bathroom all day. Whatever. I'm not taking care of you. I'm not doing nothing. You gotta make your own soup because you're not gonna get me sick. Like, okay, like you saying a whole lot of nothing. Like, man, you're not saying anything of relevance right now. I'm just trying to be okay. Stories about my grandma is just going to have to be its own episode because that woman is. I love her, but she not right. She's not right for some of the stuff she's done. But yeah, school mornings is just then you always got, then it's like after you do the transportation, after you do breakfast, you gotta go to first period. And first period, I don't know what it is about first period, but first period is always the worst period. My favorite subject in school has always been math. I've always been a math bull. Y'all know this. I've never had math first period. It's never happened for me. My first period was always reading or social studies. It always works out that way. I never my first, it really was. Oh, excuse me. Because I'm thinking about it, and like seventh grade it was geography. Eighth grade, what was our eighth grade first period? I think our eighth grade was history. Ninth grade was reading. Reading was our no. I don't know. We never had math first period. I know that for a fact. You always had some buffoonery class first period that I ain't want to do. So that just made it worse because it's like now you put me in the most boring subject when I'm at my most tired. You couldn't do this like before lunch when I was hungry, you know, or like at the end of the day, where it's like, all right, I'll pay attention and be anxious to leave. I'm just making up excuses. I was never going to pay full attention, but like, dang, y'all have to make it first period. Now I'm fighting sleep, and I'm always in the back of the classroom because a, that's where all the quiet kids sit, and two, my last name starts with S, so I just if it went alphabetically, like that's just where I'm going to end up at the back of the classroom. To all my young boys in school right now, Good luck, cause it sucks. I know it sucks. Like I can't even be on some. Oh, it's good for this, and you have a lot of like. I don't know. Maybe you have fun at school, and if you do, more power to you. But that's the best. The best school in the morning is the school you live on campus. I'm telling you. First of all, having class at 9 a.m. instead of 8 is glorious, and also being able to just wake up and go to school, being able to go to your class in your pajamas is such a flex, bro. Like, I'm not going to say go to college just for that, but like, after going through 12 years of like regular school, I would really pay $9 grand to do a semester of just going to class in pajamas just to prove a point. I'll pull up to class in pajamas, a tank top, and slides with a pillow just to be like, "Hey, yo, teach, what's up?" like, yo. But I went to nutty schools where it's, oh, you gotta have a uniform. A dress code is one thing, but a uniform is like, I don't know. I get the purpose of uniforms, and I never really hated uniforms, but it's like, bro, this ain't comfortable. Like, I'm already fighting sleep, and the clothes is on the team asleep. Like, that's the point, but I don't like it. Anywho, all right, I'm done. I'm done.